So say somebody sees you in the street, right? Do you feel like you get better results picking guys up or guys picking you up? What seems to work out better? What seems to be more of what you like?
That's funny.
Because when you pick them up, you have control now. But when they pick you up, chances are they've seen you, and before they came up to you, they've already
sussed
kind
you
of
out.
had it. Yeah, exactly. They've kind of made up their mind, or or not, but they have an idea kind of where you fit in their life. So there's an advantage to picking up. There's a confidence too that you need with that.
Because I'm thinking of your question is,
Hey,
do you prefer to get picked up or or do you prefer to pick up?
Yeah, or what was your better experience?
Well, when I'm picked up, a lot of guys lie about their intentions. So
you kind of have to, though. Can I throw something at you just before? No, can I throw something at you just real quick? I didn't mean to cut you off. But when you see a woman in the street, you can't come up and say, hey, I think I can love you. You might be the one. I want to take you out and get to know you because I feel all this stuff inside of me and the blah, blah, blah. Or on the other end of the spectrum, you can't just be like, hey, you look really cute. Let's fucking take it from there.
But you know what,
you got the lie. It's the game of smoke, mirrors, and personas at the beginning.
No, but you know what? I actually would prefer if a guy respectfully told me up front, like, I just want to go to bed with you.
Sometimes it's fun. The game is fun when you have a live one. You got one and you're like, this guy's so full of shit. Let me hear what he's got to say.
And when he's picking you up? Or when you're picking him up?
No. When someone comes up to me,
okay,
and he'll be telling me something, and I'm like, oh, I know this guy's so full of shit. But let's see how much rope. I'm gonna give him all the rope that he wants, and he's gonna hang himself at the end, right? So I think it's funny. I'm entertained by that. But I also do appreciate like a little bit of fun with, not to like blatant honesty is like that's boring. Like you need a little bit of something
some
to
surprises, mysteriousness.
I had one time I
can't quite figure him out.
What is it?
Hey, that keeps a guy staying around sometimes. The girl can't figure him out. He just stays interesting and exciting. That can keep him around.
Well, I think vice versa too. Yeah. I think that if you're a plain piece of paper for a guy, it's like he's like, okay, next. It's too easy. Like there's got to be something there that's gonna be like, okay, there's something that I'm interested in and I want to know more. Right?
Older.
With 200 women? I think so.
No, not all at once. It got to about that. I just, at home, you can smoke and drink and have a beer, sit on the porch, and you'd be like, you know what? How many have I really been with? You sit down there with the note and the pad, and I did it. I put the name and then, whatever. And then I realized I was turning the pages. I said, what? And I counted. It got to about 170 something. And this was when I was like 21, 22.
Out of control.
Yeah. So, hey, it's been a good life. I'll tell you that. It's been fun.
You're perfect for this show.
I always liked it when I was dating, when it was the most fun when she picked me up. But because I was kind of used to that. I consider myself like a showbird just because I'm kind of good at a lot of stuff. And I'm tall at 6'3", and I'm good at athletic when I'm off. And if I'm in the gym, I look pretty thick. I'm a fighter. So what ends up happening is that it's like the cards are switched for me in a sense where women will come talk to me. And even if I'm in a relationship, it's like different women come out the woodwork and be like, oh, you're really in a relationship? Oh, well, that doesn't matter. I was like, oh, where was this when I was single? It's like, you understand? So it's different women come out the woodwork. So, but it was fun. I love the hunt. And we as men, as showbirds, we love the hunt. And that's actually kind of the difference between like, I don't know, I guess you would call them real men, which would be like those showbirds I was telling you about, the 8-bird courtships. And that's our courtship. And that's a way that from these 8 courtships, you can judge the guy and everything that he's about. And then you have the liars and the placaters and the show-offs. So we love the hunt, not the chase. And the chase is usually her test that you have to pass and all these demands. And the hunt is she's making herself that catch. And we're just getting to know her. So the chase actually builds up resentment for... oh, my voice going. The chase builds up the resentment for you not having sex with me as fast as I want to, even though I know we both want to. You're putting me through this evaluation thing and you're taking too long with it. so that can build a resentment, and then it better be all what it's cracked up to be, because if not, I'm going to keep moving. So you don't want to put it on a pedestal and wait, or make it the last thing, like the deciding factor, like, okay, when we lay down together, we're going to be together, and we've taken 60 days to get to know each other, or, you know, like three-day rule is pretty good. I mean, or second date, you know, for a young man, I guess, meeting a girl and having sex with her when you meet her, like, say, dating, that's considered too easy. But I guess when you get older and much older, I guess it matters less, I guess. But that only really matters if you're building.
How come in some situations when, you know, people that meet have sex right away, they end up having this long-term relationship that works out, and then for some people, when they have sex right away, it just never works, you know?
Like, you get rid of the bullshit.
No, but there's some
you can actually use it if you're comfortable enough with handing it out, so to speak. You can weed through the bullshit and see who's for real right away. But I get it. You won't do that. And I also come back to that. Women give their time easier than they give their body, and men give their body easier than their time. We don't give that up easy.
Yeah,
and
but
in some circumstances, we'll even give you a baby before I stay with you.
Yeah, that's...
You understand?
Yeah.
So that's you know, I don't agree with that, but it's out there. All right.
So you were saying?
Oh, the 3 kinds of dates.
Yeah.
There's either like that friend zone date where you go out, it's like just friends, or you go out, like, say, somewhere loud where you can't even have the option to talk, where you clearly know, like, this dude is just trying to, like, you know, get some pussy, and then just one night stand me. Or the time where you have, like, you know, nice restaurant lounge area where it's like low music, enough time to talk, and then that's the time where you can use that as an evaluation period to get to know somebody if you're actually trying to date somebody for real. So, and I wanted to ask you, you girls, that if what do you think about multi-dating versus dating one by one, you know, or monogamous dating, which is like being alone until you're dating? Do you see the difference? Because somebody's single, like I like as a single guy, you can have 4 or 5 girls if you want to. Like, they're all not all your genuine girlfriends. They're all like, yeah, okay, I'll be your girl, but I'm this guy's girl and this guy's girl too until I find the one. You know?
Are you sleeping with all of them?
Yeah. So while you're single, you can do that. You know. So,
I
no,
don't
but you're
agree with
single,
that.
which means is you're not in a relationship to pick yet. You get it? So this is exactly what I'm getting to. Multi-dating, or one by one, or you're alone until dating, which puts the pressure on me to be monogamous for the outside chance that I might be selected. So limit your reproductive success all summer. Just be with me the whole summer until I decide. Monogamous dating. Just because I'm used to being by myself. Right? It's kind of absurd. It is
absurd.
But I feel like a man or woman should be able to, as long as they're single, they can date.
You do what you want.
Whoever, do what they want. But for me, I don't feel comfortable sleeping with more than one guy. I think it's actually better not to sleep with any of them.
Okay.
Just so that
that works too.
Yeah.
Until you find somebody.
Until you find someone that you really connect with.
But then that's monogamous dating.
Well, no, because like you're letting a whole
because
bunch of guys.
You're not going to sleep around. So the one person. So basically, you're going to like the first person you get.
No, I'm going to let a whole bunch of different guys take me out. I'm going to, or, you know, meet up, talk on the phone, whatever. And then the one guy that out of all the options that I feel like I connect, because that's what I'm doing now. Like, I'm not sleeping with nobody, but I'm letting guys take me out. I'm having fun. I'm having a good time. Okay. And then the one guy that I feel I have a strong connection with, that I can see myself growing with and whatever, then, and it becomes official, then I will sleep with that person. That's the mindset I'm in now.
That's all right.
And what do you think, Lola?
That sounds good.
What do you think about multi-dating, dating one by one, or monogamous dating?
That's a good question.
And monogamous dating, I mean, it's like a woman coming from an 8-month dry spell. Like, she's like, I'm just, well, you know, lack of a better word.
I don't believe in monogamous dating.
You know, and then she's like, hey, I just met you. You better not be seeing anybody.
You're the one.
And yeah, and until I decide if you're going to be the one for me, you can't see anybody else.
That's very controlling. That's
You'd be surprised how many guys are faced with that, though. You know,
that's a person who's scared.
Yeah,
right.
And then when you want to tell her the truth,
scared.
You're like, do you know I got 3-4 girls I've been seeing like for a year and a half?
She's got. Like, let me see that black belt.
I'm not cutting that off.
She put it up in flames.
First of all, that should make a guy run. haven't
I just
been
met
in a
you. Don't be
relationship
seeing
and I just
anybody
met
else.
you can't be seeing anybody,
It's
whatever.
a little scary.
Yeah.
It's scary.
Yeah.
I mean, I think ideally we all want that. Like when we're dating somebody and that we have an interest in, a strong interest in, we don't want them seeing other people, but we have to be realistic. Like they're not officially with you. You're not officially with them. So they're actually free to do what they want. And you're just an option. And you have to prove yourself, be yourself, of course.
Yeah.
But basically that person has to choose you. And if that person doesn't choose you, don't take offense. Move on.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I want to
You know, when I decide to be in a relationship, I want to make sure that it's with somebody that I actually genuinely want to be with, someone who I think will bring the best out of me and I will bring out the best in him. And I'm a lot happier with that mindset. And now I'm meeting people, I'm going out, having fun, and I'm okay with being by myself.
Good.
So, yeah.
Sometimes that short period, you know what that does? In terms of what you said, taking time to be by yourself, what that does is a good way to fix unresolved issues. And a good way to find out if you're a person who's having a hard time with that is if each relationship that you get into is similar to the last one. And if you get with your exes, by the way, girls seem to, that's also counts as a rebound because you're going to where unresolved issues are. So the space of the time, that's a good way to see if you're a rebounder too. Or if it's serial monogamy, or if you're addicted to relationships, which is the newness. It's all kind of different. You know what? Let me explain to people what I'm talking about with these birds, actually, with enough time that I got. Okay, it's estimated that 90% of birds on Earth are socially monogamous and only 3 to 4% of mammals engage in any form of monogamy at all, be it social, sexual, or genetic. So it's clear that birds have a system. How can we make that work for us? So I thought about it, and there's 8 courtships that the fellas go through. It's a courtship. It's what you do to get the girl. That's an extreme color difference between the male and the female, like the peacock. So, but you know what's funny about those is that with the bright colors, they attract danger to the nest when they take a shift change watch duty turn. So what happens is they lose their colors and brown and they dull to be parents if they choose to. Which means if you're stuck with a girl for too long and you want to get back in the dating game,
I knew you were going to say
you
that.
lost your fucking feathers. You lost your swag.
Your mojo.
You lost everything because you've been around the nest. So what you got to do is you got to get your color back. You got to get your swag. You got to get back as the playboy. So there's no advantage to that if he's permanently shining. So it's to his advantage to be polygamous.
You know what that...
Well, in nest builders,
Yeah.
right? Usually the males pick a younger female
Yes.
who doesn't know how to keep an environment yet,
Yes.
and they make the nest instead of her. But in doing that, they give her no place. And if they do that with migratory birds, she leaves like a few clutches with a couple of dudes, making sure they're nest builders. Stay-at-home dad is another way to call him almost. That's his place, his nest builder, stay-at-home dad, which she should do if she's going to leave the area migratory and have 3 families in this area before she leaves. If she goes with a provider, the chicks are going to die. She needs
That's
somebody there
true.
to watch them.
Yeah.
Still not asking for it is, I believe, is what they write on their boobs as they walk around topless in the street. Talking about don't slut shame them.
These are the type of women that you hung out with? These are the ones that you wanted to be with?
No, I did not want to be with them. Those were just actually the easiest ones that, as I was single, I think I could relax with them. Usually, I would get the most honesty from them than dating girls for real.
Well, yeah, they have nothing to lose.
That's why guys
tell it to you straight.
often have better sex just paying a girl. And not paying her for sex, paying her to leave and not gossip. Depends if you're a showbird or not, or a regular dude, I guess. So a regular dude will pay for the sex, but the showbird, he can get that. What he's really doing is like the convenience and don't tell nobody.
A lot of times when I get into situations with guys, I actually think about the conversation that we had. And I actually took some of your advice and it has helped me. So thank you.
Awesome.
So you guys should tune into what he's saying. Because even if you don't agree with it,
It's unorthodox.
when you think about it and you actually apply it to yourself, it can actually make an important difference.